Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Wano Haikal bin Abdul Muttalib. I'm from class MBA1411B. And my student number is 2022874646. So let's check out the members.
Hi guys, so firstly, my name is Muhammad Rifki Daniel bin Safaruddin. You can call me Rifki. My number metric is 2022X71192. So I'm from class MBA1411 Group B.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And hi guys, my name is Ahmad Zakwan Aidid bin Muhammad Kamal. Register number 2022699122. I'm from class MBA1411 Group B.
Hello. Okay, so for today, I would like to introduce myself. Firstly, my name is Muhammad Akbar Rizal bin Abdul Ghaffar. My matrix number is 2022870782. And I'm from class MBA 141 Group B.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. I hope you guys are having a great day today. Before we start the presentation, let me introduce myself first. Okay, my name is Haikal Daniel Kasha bin Zulkifli. I'm from MBA 1411B. My matric card number is 2022699276.
Management from Islamic perspective. Topic outline. First subtopic is an introduction of Islamic management. Second, principles of Islamic management. Third subtopic is an characteristic and principles of Islamic leaders. And lastly, functions of Islamic management.
Introduction to Islamic management. Islam is a complete way of life and all guidance extend into all areas of our life. The principle of Islam aim to establish a just society wherein everyone behave responsibly and honestly. The function of Islam is to allow people to become aware of the parameter of human for the sake of living in harmony and happiness in the transitory world and hereafter. Islamic management. Islamic management perspective is practical. By definition, management is the ability to utilize human capital and material resources optimally to achieve desired goals, both short-term and long-term goals. It also gives us regulation about our economic lifestyle which balanced and fair, follows the teaching of Prophet Muhammad, generated from Al-Quran and As-Sunnah.
So today I want to talk about the principle of Islamic management. So let's go. So firstly is time is to be well invested, not to be wasted. It means using time as best as possible you can, because you cannot buy the time, we cannot repeat the same time. So manage your time wisely. And then number 2, uphold and internalize the Islamic ethical values. It means good things in Islam such as honesty, responsibility, trust, and so on. Number 3 is should be no favoritism or bias and discrimination. For example, if we don't like someone at the company, we give him a lot of work but the pay is same. Number 4, employees must be paid fairly and equally. Workers who work overtime must be paid not the same as workers who do not work overtime. A boss must be fair to pay the salary at the employees. Number 5, Al-Shura, consultation based on mutual discussion, cooperation among members. Al-Shura means to discuss with each other to reach an agreement. For number 6 is the moral or religious value of work should be integrated in the work. Islam does not separate religion and daily life. We have to follow the rules that have been set. Number 7 is should be conducive reward for exceptional achievement to prevent violation. So company must have reward so that people feel happy, not feel down because they work hard for company. Number 8, human nature and need should be both considered simultaneously. For example, give a house, give time to rest, give facilities to come to work and so on. So I think that's all for principle of Islamic management. So let's move to characteristic of Islamic leaders.
Characteristics of Islamic leaders. Okay, so first we have allegiance to Allah. Leaders must have strong and true faith and belief in Allah. So, as a leaders, we need to have a stronghold because someone who has faith in something will approve and believe in what they believe. For example, when a person receives and accepts the information that Allah is the creator of this world, He is Almighty and must be obeyed, then he must believe 100% of that belief so that the information becomes a solid and cohesive belief. Second, we have global perceived goals, not individuals. Leaders perceive not only in terms of group's interest, but with the Islamic objective. The impact of leadership as a predictor has the potential to influence leadership practice related to the appreciation of divinity, humanity, and the development of life. These characteristics that develop in a leader will influence his vision of leadership as a manifestation of the appreciation of religious life based on faith. But of these principles acts as a key factors in the creation of an organizational leadership framework that demonstrates the relationship between faith and spirituality. Okay, third, we have adherence to the Sharia. Leaders must observe the principle of Sharia and display behaviors by referring to Al-Quran and As-Sunnah. As a leader, we need to adhere to the Sharia and display good behavior by referring to Al-Quran and As-Sunnah, because when we follow that, we can distance ourselves from teachings that contradict the teachings of Islam. Last, we have delegate trust. Islamic leadership entrusted with divine trust, so he must carry out duties and responsibility. As a leader, we need to be honest in doing some things like trust in carrying out duties with full responsibility and not consuming people's money. So we have to do the job as the best we can.
So for today, would like to present to you about the principle of Islamic leaders. So the first principle is the Ashura. The practice of Ashura is enable employee of an organization to freely participate for the decision making and expressing their opinion about it. So Al-Quran has obliged to leader and the manager also to consult for those who have the knowledge. The second principle of Islamic leader is the justice. The leader or manager has or should deal with people fairly and justly, regardless to skin color, race, and also the religion. So Al-Quran has command to all the Muslim to should be fair even when dealing with somebody else. Besides, establishing the justice can also improving the employees' motivations. The third principle of Islamic leader is the freedom of expression. So the Islamic leader and also the manager should strive to create an environment of free thinking, healthy exchange of idea and also the advice, so that the employees feel very comfortable for discussion. The fourth principle of Islamic leader is the Masri'ah, which is the concept of legality, whereby the management had to ensure the action is taken refer to common laws and Sharia laws. The second last principle of Islamic leader is the qualification. The leader required to appoint the right people for the right job based on their honesty and also the ability to perform. The selection of employees should not be based on favoritism, self-interest, and also the discrimination. The last principle of Islamic leader is the reward. The manager and also the leader must be fair in any action and rewarding their employees accordingly. The employees who are excellent while doing the works should be given the rewards. Okay, I think that's all from me. See you next time. Bye bye.
Functions of Islamic management. It's a 4 functions of Islamic management. The first is planning. Planning is a practice which is prevalent since the era of Prophet Muhammad SAW while preaching the faith of Islam to the world. There is a story about how Prophet Muhammad SAW preaching the Quraysh tribe. He planning wisely whether to do it publicly or to do it cautiously. And because of the people of Mecca held different moral values instead of the Islamic faith, therefore Rasulullah SAW chose to preach Islam secretly and quietly to the trusted immediate family members and closest friend only. And today, we can see that Muslims are now becoming the fastest growing religion in the world. Islam practices the planning process in terms of setting objectives or goals. Human beings are created by Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala to be the Khalifa and should focus to fulfill 2 purposes, which are long-term goals and short-term goals. Long-term goals mean being worthy servant of Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala, avoiding sins and obey the teaching of the Quran and As-Sunnah. Meanwhile, short-term goals mean being productive in terms of products and services, academics, financial profits, or improvement in performance. Second is organizing. Organizing comprises the structuring of an organizational structure, utilizing of human resources, authority and power, delegating as well as decentralization. Many organizing processes nowadays follow the type of organizational structure which existed during the time of Prophet Muhammad SAW. The third is leading. Islamic perspective define leading as the process of moving people in a direction through motivating them. According to Islam, a leader serves and helps others to get ahead. In Madinah, Rasulullah SAW was accepted as the leader among the different communities of the city under the terms of the Constitution of Madinah. He began to lay the foundation of the new Islamic society with the guidance of the Quran. Before his death, Rasulullah SAW had managed to unite most of the Arabian Peninsula. The lastly is a controlling. In Islam, the basis for control may differ from the conventional approach. Mechanisms such as internal or external controls, business or personal controls, and social or legal controls must not violate the basis principles of the Sharia. In relation of the practical of control by Rasulullah SAW, after a serious military confrontations and political maneuvers, Rasulullah SAW was able to secure control allegiance of Mecca and Jewish tribes of Medina. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you for listening and goodbye.